Capri, the most famous island in all of Italy, from dramatic cliffs to hidden caves, surrounded by turquoise blue water, even with world-class shopping, boutiques and food on it. Capri's reputation draws in tourists from all around the world and even celebrities. It offers everything most people want from their dream Italian holiday, all within 10 square kilometers. For us, Capri is the last stop on our Italy trip, and I mean it when I say we've saved the best to last. We've got 3 nights on this famous island, with my birthday right in the middle. That's really the whole reason we booked Italy in the first place. I wouldn't exactly say it's Zach's dream holiday to travel Italy during peak Europe summer, but for my birthday, he'd do anything. There is, however, a little more to it than just my birthday, as Zach and I have wanted to get married for quite a while. We've actually already gone ring shopping in Dubai, where I designed and chose my dream engagement ring. So, it's not a secret to the both of us that he kinda needs to propose. The question is just when.
Oh, baby, look what you started. The temperature's rising and here's there's gonna happen. Been waiting for you to make a move before I make a move. So baby, come light me up and baby, I'll let you on it.
Getting proposed to has been something I've dreamed of since I was a little girl. But what's crazy is I'm even more excited for everything that comes after this. Zach and I are building a life together, and that does mean we have more growing to do. Which actually brings me to today's sponsor, BetterHelp. Whether you're in a relationship or simply want to work on yourself, therapy can help you understand yourself better and step into your next chapter with more clarity and confidence. One thing I've been working on is making more time outside of work. Working online means there's always another email, another video to edit, or another opportunity to chase. So Zach and I are making the effort to switch off and have more quality time together. No phones, no work, just us. It's exactly the kind of thing I'd want to explore in therapy, because sometimes you just need an outside perspective to keep you in check and help you stay focused on the person you're trying to become. With BetterHelp, it's super simple. Answer a few of their questions and get matched with one of their therapists. And because it's all online, you can talk over phone, video, even text. So if you've been thinking about trying therapy, head to betterhelp.com/AmandaKing and click the link in my description below to get 10% off your first month.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, Capri is expensive, like stupid expensive. And Zach has booked us 3 nights at this insane spot, costing him around 4,000 Aussie dollars. Look, I only know this because we share a credit card, but that was the only thing I was allowed to know. And I will say, we are not people that drop this kind of money just willy-nilly. And this has to be the most expensive place we've ever booked. So I think you can understand my suspicions of a proposal. But I also think he's going all out because of my birthday. I always wanted to have big birthday parties growing up, but living on a farm in the middle of nowhere, I was never able to. So now, in my adult life, I love making birthdays a big deal. And over the years, I've made Zach's birthdays pretty damn special. One year, I flew from San Francisco to Dubai with work, then jumped on the 3 a.m. flight to Bali just to surprise him for dinner that evening and fly home to Dubai the next night. Another year, I threw him a surprise bowling party. Then another year, flew his mum out for a surprise getaway on the north coast of Bali. So over the years, he's realized that birthdays are a big deal to me. So can you blame him for wanting to book this place for us?
Yes, I will. Anything it takes, and I won't give up until you have all you need. I'm gonna sweat and bleed. Yes, I will. At any moment, place and any time, I'm always open, it's never closing time. Not gonna let you down, I'm gonna go all out on you.
Now, Now, Zach has already organized a scooter hire for us for 60 euros a day. However, this thing is beat up. I don't know if it's because they can't get scooters on the island or is importing parts just not as easy, but I mean, we don't even have a right side mirror. So we are going to the hire place and seeing if we can swap it out for something better. Turns out, all the bikes have issues. They've given us a different one, still with only one side mirror, but at least this one doesn't have piles of smoke coming out the exhaust.
I've got that feeling, no limit, no ceiling. It's just so easy, it's just a breeze, yeah. When we're together, paradise forever. Look around, our heads are bobbing. Turn the magic up, throw the sunlight on it. Throw the sunlight on it. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. It's a beautiful, beautiful day.
Look at this kitchen. I'm sure you can now understand why we've done a huge grocery shop and are choosing to make our own lunch today. Maybe it'll help offset the price of this place, but we also figured we probably have a better view than any restaurant in all of Capri. So why wouldn't we make the most of it?
Feels like a dance floor. We're never stopping. When we're together, paradise forever. Look around, our heads are bobbing. Turn the magic up, throw the sunlight on it.
This evening, we are going to explore Capri's main tourist areas, beginning with Marina Grande. Seeing as we are staying on the north side of the island, it's only like a 10-minute walk down. And I will say, this island is pretty well thought out because there's a funicular here that goes straight up to the main piazza. So whether you're coming in on the ferry, staying nearby, or parking up your super yacht, it is really easy to get to the main shops and restaurants. But speaking of super yachts, before we head up ourselves, we thought it would be fun to go check out what's parked up here. Cause like I mentioned earlier, Capri brings in a lot of famous and rich people. So it's kinda wild to have a sneak peek into this world. We looked up one of the yacht's names here, called Aqua Chiara, and it costs 330,000 euros to rent for a week. Plus expenses like food and fuel and so on. I mean, even this yacht called Crazy Me is worth 30 million US dollars, owned by some Egyptian billionaire. I can't even imagine what the insides are like. Maybe similar to Emirates First Class, but nautical edition? The Funicular though is more our price, costing us €2.40 each for the one way up. And look at this view. I can only imagine it gets even better once we're at the top.
I can still remember being 17. We were running through the city in our skinny jeans, chasing down a feeling with nowhere to be, only you and me. It was getting late and we were falling in love at a 7-Eleven with the radio on, playing Stairway to Heaven. It's funny how days can fly by just like that. Somewhere in my mind, we're losing track of time, cruising down Lake Shore Drive with your hand in mine. Baby, I will leave it all behind for you.
This is Piazza Umberto. It's basically the town center of Capri and where it's all happening. You've got designer stores, 5-star hotels, and incredibly expensive restaurants lining every street. It feels so luxurious and expensive, and there's no tacky stalls with hanging stuff. It's almost too perfect that it feels kinda like a movie set. Something wild the gelato store owner told us is the vibe on Capri after the last day ferry heads back to the mainland is completely different than during the day, because everyone here now is staying on the island or has come off their super yachts for dinner. But I can see why it is such a high profile location, and I'm starting to feel a little underdressed.
When we're laying on the rooftop of my car, staring at the night sky and those stars, dreaming of the old days. I keep them on replay. Somewhere in my mind, we're losing track of time, cruising down Lake Shore Drive with your hand in mine. Baby, I could drive 1,000 miles with you, howling at the moon.
What a breakfast. What a view. And yes, I did bring my matcha stuff with me on this Italy trip because, to be fair, it is way easier to make a high quality matcha yourself than coffee. Now, if you didn't know, Capri is split into two parts, with the other side called Anacapri. And that's where we're heading this morning, because there's a chairlift over there that takes you up to the highest point on the whole island, called Monte Solaro. And looks like we weren't the only ones thinking of doing this today, cause my gosh, this line. I did get a little nervous at this point, not because I have a fear of heights or anything, but just a fear of Zach not wanting to wait in line. Luckily, it is my birthday tomorrow, plus he's getting way better at the whole doing touristy stuff, so he's more than happy to wait. It is costing us €14 each for the round trip, and FYI, the chairlift is the main way up and down the mountain. Your only other option is to hike, which apparently takes about 45 minutes, but I am more than happy to relax and enjoy these views. I can see why the line was so long now, as it's a single chairlift. Zach wants to go first. He says it's just in case something goes wrong and he can be there to catch me at the other end, which is kinda sweet. What's hilariously sad though is the amount of things on the ground. Drink bottles, shoes, hats. I was even a little nervous holding my phone. I'm sure you'd be able to go find it, cause half the time we are going over people's houses. I feel kinda bad for them. Imagine living with a chairlift going over you every day full of tourists. Sure, it would have been nice to do the ride with Zach, but the single chairlift design here dates back to 1952, so it's kinda iconic that they've kept it the same. Plus, it did give Zach a chance to film this.
Alright, this is probably the best time to do this. As you can see, got Amanda behind us. Today is the day I'm going to be proposing to her. So, I know she can't hear me right now because we're pretty well spread out. But just wanted to quickly jump on here as a little reminder to myself. And I think it's really cool that she has no idea. Hopefully she has no idea. She's still waving in the background. But yeah, we're currently on Capri on this beautiful chairlift. And I cannot wait to make you, Amanda, my wife. So anyway, she's calling out to me now. See you soon.
I don't know if I'll ever get used to paying for toilets. Like, I get the idea, but most of the time they aren't even maintained. I will say, this kinda makes up for it. It's a full 360-degree view over the whole island. Plus, you can see Naples, the Amalfi Coast, Vesuvius. It's just beautiful. There's even a restaurant up here, which might just be the only one in all of Capri that can compete with the view at our place. But we still aren't staying up here. I mean, this bottle of water is costing us €4, so I can only imagine the price of the food. I think we'll just have lunch later back at our place, but for now, I'm pretty happy soaking up this view from every angle and exploring what else is up here.
Pack it up, let's hit the road. If we don't go, we'll never know. 'Cause we were born to run a little wild. Feel the rush, feel it in your bones. I just wanna live it while it's close. Keep the pedal down past the county lines. So we go. Oh, this is the sunset bleeding into gold. Radio singing all the songs we know. Headlights cutting through the open sky. No plans, just a tank half full.
Now, there There are actually a lot of public buses on Capri, which is great for those of you who aren't confident on a scooter or don't want to be spending a fortune on taxis. There's bus stops at pretty much all the main attractions and tourist spots, even our next stop right on the western side of Anacapri, called Lido Del Faro. It's one of the island's most popular swimming spots. And unlike a lot of places around Capri where you have to jump straight off the rocks into the ocean, this one actually has a ladder into the water. So it does feel super kid friendly and a great spot if you're not as confident swimming in the ocean. I kinda expected it to be packed, but maybe because it's lunchtime, people are out doing boat tours or at the seafood restaurant nearby. Either way, it felt surprisingly relaxed. We could have stayed here for hours, but we're both getting a little hungry now. So I think that's our cue to head back home.
Wear my heart on my sleeve, on my pants, on my shoes. And if you hurt it, I bleed, I will break, I will bruise. Some have told me to change, to grow tough, to be strong. But if you take me this way, let our love prove them wrong. You know they're always trying to change the way that we're playing the game. But we're not gonna play alone no more. You just be you, and I'll be whatever crazy version of me decides to come through. I like it better that way personally. Let them wonder still.
Now, this afternoon, Zach has organised something pretty special. A private boat tour around Capri. Now, I know what you're thinking, because I'm thinking it too. Is he going to propose on the boat tonight? How much more romantic can you get? We've all seen those stunning Italy proposals on the front of boats with the Mediterranean in the back, but that also makes me terrified because I know we've all also seen those horror stories of people dropping their engagement rings in the ocean. I don't know if I can deal with that stress, but I do want to tell you a secret that not even Zach knows. I actually saw a photo of a proposal setup on his phone a while back with rose petals everywhere. And he has told me that we have a fancy dinner reservation booked tonight after we get back. So maybe later tonight makes more sense. Alright, but enough with the guessing. We are actually catching our boat from the other marina on the south of the island, called Marina Piccola. But we didn't realize that it's pedestrian access only. So we had to park, then walk all the way down. But we have asked our captain if he can drop us at the Marina Grande on the north side, where we can just get the funicular back up to our bike rather than hiking up all those steps again later, which he said he's happy to do. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I sadly already have blisters.
We're a little bit wild, a little bit strange, but that is the beauty of living this way. We could be who we want and steer our own ship. So promise me, baby.
Our boat captain is amazing. He's been sailing around Capri for over 20 years and knows so much about this island. A tip from him, he says if you're planning a trip to Capri, come in September. Apparently, the weather is still beautiful and the sea is warm, but there's way less people. Now, our first stop is probably the most famous rock formation in all of Capri. It's a beautiful natural arch called the Tunnel of Love. Boats actually used to drive straight through the middle, but because so many wanted to do it, it created huge bottlenecks, making it pretty dangerous, then plus the erosion, so they've stopped allowing boats to go through it altogether. But you can still park up and admire it from the water, so who can complain about that? Now, I knew this was going to be one of those experiences I'd remember forever, but I didn't truly understand how much I'd appreciate having a private boat until now. The fact we're on no schedule is incredible. There's no rushing or waiting somewhere for ages because someone wants to stay longer, and we can swim whenever and wherever we want. I feel like our mission at the moment, though, is just to go around the entire island. So with that in mind, our next stop is the White Grotto, and this is one of our captain's favorite spots. This cave got its name from from the bright white limestone that lights up from the sun reflecting off the water below, and those white mineral chandelier looking things hanging from the ceiling. But what's really crazy here, and our captain pointed this out to us, if you look up in the top cave on the right hand side, the rock formation kind of looks like Virgin Mary. Apparently people used to be able to hike up there too, which explains these old steps and barriers off to the side, but it is closed because of course it's become too dangerous. Something else he's pointed out, and I don't know if I'd have noticed this, is the different color at the base of the rocks. Turns out it's red algae. And yes, it's alive. Apparently, it grows really well in clean, clear water. And with the limestone rocks along the whole coast of Capri, it's like the perfect spot for it. He also told us the water around Capri is incredibly salty because there's no rivers flowing into it, especially compared to like the Adriatic Sea, which is off the east coast of Italy. And I definitely felt this when jumping into the sea, you know, when your eyes sting so much and you can just taste the salt water. Now, just a little bit further around, there is another unique cave. Like all the caves we've seen so far aren't unique enough, but if you look at the very back, the rock layers actually form the shape of a heart. It's one of those things that once you see it, you can't unsee it. Next up is the Green Grotto. Maybe you've heard of the famous Blue Grotto, which don't worry, we will be visiting, but this one has got the green name for a reason. Look at how the sunlight lights up the water to this bright emerald green color. What's really cool is our captain is dropping us off here and picking us up around the other side so that we can swim straight through it. This has to be one of the coolest swims I've ever done. The water inside just glows green around you, and you can see the white sand bottom when you look down.
Do you cry when you laugh? 'Cause I have oceans in my eyes, and it rains every day. No, my homeland's never dry, but you were born by the lake, so you don't seem to mind it much. Yeah, your town is evergreen, even when it starts to snow. Yeah, your bed is ever warm, even when it's right below. And my feet are always frozen, but you don't seem to mind it much. I told the stars about you, I told the sun and the moon, and everybody agrees you seem like the best thing for me. We can run every night, falling barefoot in the grass. Pack a bag for a week, but we're never going back to our old ways, to the dark days. Just leave it all behind. I told the stars about you, I told the sun and the moon, and everybody agrees you seem like the best.
And there you have it. What a magical night. And really, the night hasn't even started yet. Like I mentioned earlier, we're getting dropped at Marina Grande and need to catch the funicular back to the top to pick up our scooter. And this is where things get a little suspicious. Zach told me we have dinner reservations tonight and we're kinda chasing the sunset. So I'd assume we're going straight to dinner. However, Zach has strangely said to me that he's left his other phone back at our Airbnb and we need to go get it. But guys, of course I asked him why does he need his work phone right now? And his reply really gave things away. He said he needs it to take photos. And yes, it has a better camera than his other phone, but this is still weird, Zach. Honestly, at this point, I'm just hungry and I really don't want to miss the sunset. So back to our place it is. Now, remember how I said I got blisters from the walk down to the marina earlier? Well, our parking for the scooter is a bit of a walk from our place. So I just told Zach to go run in, grab his phone, and maybe some band-aids for me, and come back. I really was not making this easy for him, because he then said he needs me to come in. Seriously? It was when we got to the door and he made me put my bag down that I realized. As I walk in, the whole path is lined with little tea light candles all the way out to the edge. So, with the view of Mount Vesuvius in the backdrop, the Mediterranean Sea behind us, and the sun setting so beautifully, Zach proposed. Why was I so sold on the idea of him proposing at the restaurant tonight? Well, turns out there's no restaurant at all. Zach actually organized with our Airbnb host to make this all happen, and he set everything up while we were out. Now he's here purely to film us. What a legend! And if you're wondering, Zach's other phone is set up on a tripod to capture the moment he got down on one knee. What's really funny though, is Zach has booked us a private chef tonight who happened to walk out in front of the camera the moment Zach knelt down. And to top it off, Zach stepped down on a candle, burning his ankle. So just before asking me to marry him, he said, "I think I'm on fire." And thankfully, it was just some hot wax. But honestly, this proposal was perfect. Trying to hide something from someone you spend every single day with, plus organize a surprise on a holiday and not seem suspicious, is freaking hard. Even on the boat, Zach weirdly got up to talk to our captain, but was whispering to him, then just pretended like he needed to ask him a boating question. Turns out he was telling him not to come close to the shore, cause you would have been able to see people at our villa setting up. Which now makes a lot of sense. These real and raw moments that just happen become these amazing and funny memories you remember forever. And just to top this off, the food from our chef tonight is the best authentic Italian we have had this whole trip. He made all the pasta fresh today. He said everything was picked from his own garden here in Capri, and trust me, we could tell. It was incredible. He made us these mini pizza puffs to begin with, and then a tomato pasta dish for the main, with of course bread, olive oil and balsamic on the side, then a coconut gelato for dessert. What could be more perfect than this moment right now?
Loved by you. I wanna be loved by you.
I wanna be loved by you. I wanna be loved by you. But I found out the truth. You can't love nobody till you love you.
It is officially my birthday, and we've got an early start this morning because we're attempting to go to the Blue Grotto. Now, if you've heard anything about Capri, you've probably heard about this place. It's pretty much the main thing people come to this island for. Tours even come from all along the Amalfi Coast and Naples just for this. So let's see how we go just rocking up. Google Maps says it opens at 8, but our boat captain yesterday told us it doesn't start till 8:30. So just to be safe, we still got here at about 7:50. And I'm so glad we did. When we arrived, there were about 3 people in front of us, but out on the water, that's where things get interesting. Turns out people line up out there too, but in their boats. And I still don't fully understand how they decide who goes first, but they kinda just alternate between the shore and the boats. It's definitely a little chaotic, and you can kinda feel the tenseness from the staff. But by about 8:40, we finally got into one of those little rowboats. And just a heads up, even if you want to go just you will be sharing, because every boat has to take 4 people. It cost us €18 each, plus a tip, which you kinda have to leave, and I did read a lot of negative reviews about this, with some people saying the boatman can be really pushy about it. Ours thankfully wasn't too bad. He just said if you enjoyed the experience, you're welcome to leave something extra. So Zach and I already had €5 aside for this, but you can forget about all that drama once you get inside, which is an experience in itself. The boatmen actually have to grab this chain and pull the boat through. Everyone has to duck down in the middle of the boat so you don't hit your head, and then you pop out the other side into this glowing blue cave. It really doesn't look real. The water is this electric blue color, almost like someone turned a light on underneath it. The cave itself is about 20 meters deep, yet with this beautiful white sandy bottom that reflects reflects the sunlight back up through the water. That's what creates the famous blue glow. The funniest part though, all the boatmen sing in here, and the acoustics are kinda amazing. So you've got all these little wooden rowboats floating around, the guides singing, and this glowing blue water beneath you. It is such a cool natural phenomenon made into a pretty awesome experience for tourists. I can really understand why it's so famous.
You are my home. There's a magic that we discovered underneath these clouds. There's a rhythm in every morning that we chase down, and we're on our way. Come what may, who knows what we're gonna find. There's a magic that we discovered, and we see it now. You're the
Now that we've ticked off the biggest bucket list item in Capri and gotten engaged, I don't know how things could get any better. Well, apparently Zach needs to duck into a shop but won't tell me why. So I'm assuming birthday cake? I was wrong. This might be the biggest bunch of flowers I have ever gotten in my life. They're literally as big as me. Let's just say we had a lot of people staring at us on the drive home. Now, before we head out for the afternoon, I really want to do an engagement photo shoot. Not that yesterday wasn't amazing, but like we don't have any professional photos. So with Zach's skills, a tripod, and self-timers, this is how we shot some of my favorite photos we have together. And it was actually so fun being just us.
You're the feeling in my soul. Every sunrise turns to gold. You're the reason I will never be alone. Every moment that we spend, like a symphony begins. You're the reason I will never be alone.
So, another spot I really want to check out is the Garden of Augustus. It only costs €2.50 to get in, and if you are coming to Capri, it is so worth it for these views. From up here, you can look right down over the famous Faraglione rocks, which is where the Tunnel of Love is, and looking over probably the coolest road on the island, Via Croup. It's this incredible switchback pathway carved right into the cliffs, built back in 1902. It's mostly closed due to the danger of falling rocks, but even from just here, it's pretty incredible. We really have no other plans tonight, so we're just gonna wander around and see what we find.
It's in the garden, gossip column, solving problems like did Courtney kill Nirvana? I love the way you take off your shoes, feel the grass under your feet. I wanna look at the world like you do. Oh, and then it hits me, I like having you around. I wanna borrow the feeling of having you around. Yeah, I could drink it all night, run my car in the ground, put some coke in my crown. Nothing puts me upside down. Like having you around. So have another round.
Now, remember how I said celebrities come here? Well, they have been for decades. So a lot of restaurants here have become pretty famous for celebrity spotting. I mean, look at this restaurant, La Capanina. It has photos all over the entrance of famous people who've eaten here. And apparently, getting a booking at these restaurants isn't the easiest thing. Not necessarily because it's the best restaurant, but because everyone secretly hopes they'll be eating next to someone famous. We're not even gonna try. Plus, we had a big lunch from all our leftovers, so we're just gonna get a few slices of these sheet pan pizzas and head home.
I wanna borrow the feeling of having you
It's our last morning in Capri. I don't think either of us are really ready to leave. We've just spent the last few days here celebrating my birthday, getting engaged, making so many memories in this crazy expensive villa. Yet it feels like we only just arrived. Plus, waking up and falling asleep with this view every day kinda makes us want to live here. Should we just start a new life in Capri, or would that be crazy? I don't know if I'm ready to give up next day Amazon delivery or being able to fly internationally without getting on a ferry. So sorry Capri, I guess it's goodbye for now. Classic me though, leaving things to last minute. I actually need to duck down to the post office before our scooter is picked up to send a postcard to my mum. It's the one thing I collect when traveling, and I really love the idea of sending it from where I am. There's just something really fun about not knowing when it will turn up. I will say it's pretty special that now whenever we think of Italy or hear something about the island of Capri, it's not just a place we visited. It's now, forever, the place we got engaged. And I think we can both agree, Capri has been our favourite spot in all of Italy. Even after exploring the ancient streets of Rome, visiting the Vatican, experiencing the rawness of Naples, and then the beauty but also busyness of the Amalfi Coast, Capri has by far felt the calmest and the most beautiful. And it's kinda weird to say this because every place we visited has been amazing, but I don't know if we'll be rushing back to them anytime soon. Not because we didn't love them, but because there's so much more of Italy we haven't seen yet. Venice, Florence, the Dolomites, and so many other places. It's kinda hard to want to go back somewhere we've already been when there's still so much left to explore. But Capri is different. We'd come back here in a heartbeat. As always, thank you so much for watching, sticking with me on such a long Italy trip, and also waiting so patiently for our engagement video. You are all amazing. Don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe if you're new around here, cause I'll be seeing you very soon back in Bali for our wedding.
I'm so